Okay. Get some of that schmutz off the lens there. Today, we're going to be moving the ball forward on the shed, and we're going to be leveling off all the tops. So I have all these posts in the ground, if you can see. We're going to be leveling off the tops and getting them ready to put on the beams in between the posts so that we can start raftering. So that's the job for the day. My little buddy here is helping be the cameraman. Okay, so we got a couple problems. The marking is pretty much done. I've got them all marked at the bottom, and then I measured up from there, so I've got a level line from post to post to post. I want my posts to all be at 9 foot 4 inches from the ground. The ground is pretty darn level. I've checked it a couple of different times. It's probably not absolutely perfect, but it'll be good enough. So measuring up from my chalk line, we've got everything good. Now, 6 posts here. The 6 posts, of the 6 posts, 5 of them are taller than 9 foot 4 inches, and one of them happens to be shorter than 9 foot 4 inches. So I'm gonna have to build up from there. Yes, I could technically take down all the rest of them, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but then I'd just lose a little bit of ceiling height. I don't know. It probably wouldn't make that big of a difference if I just made it 8 foot 11. I guess it would have to be, because it's 5. The one that's short is 5 inches short. Anyway, I guess that might even be the easiest way to do it. Maybe I'll remeasure, but almost 9 foot eaves. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Cringe. Never mind. Just forget I said anything. Guys, I also wanted to take a second. We had a couple of brainstorming sessions, and it turns out we may be changing up the way that we're going to be doing things. What I think we'll probably end up doing is get a good portion of our house built by a team, a crew, a builder, a contractor, and do a good bit ourselves as well, comparatively. You know, maybe 20%, maybe 10%, maybe 15%, maybe 16%, maybe 13%, maybe 60%. It's hard to tell. I'll still be making content throughout the entire process. I'll still be documenting the work, whether it's us doing the work or somebody else doing the work, but we're coming to a conclusion that it's probably more important to get to the destination just a little bit faster so that we can get running on the real homestead stuff and sink our teeth into that, and then have complete control over our habits and routines for this little guy and for my wife and I. Sorry to break your hearts. And sorry to go back on my word, you know. I was really into this thing, doing it myself. But whatever, sometimes you gotta call it quits. Sometimes you gotta wash your hands of the whole situation, give up, call yourself a loser. I'm just talking to the camera, the audience, the precious audience, my precious. Sometimes you gotta wash your hands of the whole situation and call yourself a loser, and know for the rest of your life that you couldn't do it, and own up to the fact that you're a weakling and don't have what it takes to really embark on such a journey as this. So. looks like I'm gonna need a chainsaw. Okay. Okay, so the next step, we've got the tops all cut off and they're all level at 8 feet and 10 inches. I'm going to cut our 2x6s to length. They're gonna have to be 8 feet almost exactly, so that we can run them from, let's see here, so that we can run them from top to top to top and connect them in the middle. That'll be the next thing right now. So I've got all of my lumber picked out here, and it's all looking a little bit wet. My foolproof tarp system here that couldn't have possibly ever gone wrong went wrong. So it looks like all this water is pooling up at the top, but it must be seeping through like Osmosis Jones and still getting down into my lumber. But it's white oak, and from what I've heard, it can sit through seasons, you know. I guess in log form really is the best for it to stay good. It's water.
No, it's mosquito water.
Yeah, it's mosquito water. Anyway, so some of my lumber's wet, but I think if I go ahead and put it up, it'll dry out. It'll be all right. I'm not too worried about it. And the other problem is, so I just measured up all my corners just to make sure everything's solid and perfect. And it is about 6 or 7 or 8 inches off as far as squareness goes. But you know what? It's raw, it's real, it's wriggling, it's authentic. It's authentic. It's authentic. It's authentic. Doing it yourself. And you know, while I was up there, I was thinking, man, what if I fall off this ladder? So I have an extension cord, so I went ahead and wrapped that around my waist. Anyway, so I think it's gonna be all right. We're gonna have a nice off square, not perfect, imperfect barn to show for it at the end of it. I think it'll be fine. Structurally, I think it's gonna be a-okay. Trust me. I'm gonna prick a deep break. I'm gonna take a brief hiatus from a little bit of work. I need to go down, and I think what I'm gonna end up doing is, because this battery powered tool thing is not working out for me too well, I'm going to take my lumber here and go ahead and throw it in the truck, bring it down to the shop, make my cuts, bring them back up. I think that'll be a lot more efficient use of my time. See ya in a little while. Or maybe tomorrow, who knows? I get sidetracked. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I couldn't tell you. Here's the thing. I had that plan that I just told you, and I did all the work to stack up this wood on top of my Subaru Legacy, my 2010 Subaru Legacy. She's for sale if anybody's asking. And now I just realized, shoot, man, I have this chainsaw over here that I just did all this other work with. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's all of our cuts, ladies and gents. Okay, like I said, things are changing, but you're still gonna get content. You're still going to be getting the updates on the house, whether or not I'm building it, all of it, some of it, whatever that percentage is, you'll be getting updates, and that's just how it is. To swallow my pride there. I wish I could have done it myself. Maybe I could have, maybe I shan't have. Who knows? The world may never know. You're just gonna have to deal with that. But here's what I will say. I will still bring the silly, crazy, zany, wackadoo kind of crazy antics that I've been bringing all along. So you won't be disappointed, trust me. Just stick along the journey, and here's the thing. When our house is done, then it's all homesteading from there, baby. Homesteading, going out and meeting people. Interviews. I really liked that last thing that I did was almost like a little bit of like a man on the street type deal at the Homesteaders Conference. You remember my last episode? That was fun. Nerve-wracking, but fun. I got to talk to a lot of really cool people. And I think I want to keep doing that. So in the future, I'm probably going to be going to events, whether it's homestead stuff or rogue food conferences or political stuff. Probably not too much political stuff, but maybe, I don't know, religious stuff. Bottom line is there's going to be plenty of content, and you know what? You guys are going to be along every step of the way. So stay tuned. We've got a lot of big things in the future for you. Thank you very much for hanging out and watching my content. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. This is the Narrow Path Enjoyer. Enjoying the narrow path.